Hey everyone, Techni here, and what we're going to do today is see if we can make the Logitech G Pro Wireless gaming mouse better than it already is. And what we're going to be using for this test right here is some side grips and some finger grips. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the 1 and 2 grip here, but I'm definitely going to use the side grips. And it's not necessarily as far as the grippiness of the mouse. I mean, it grips plenty fine right now, but if you saw my review of the G Pro Wireless versus the Viper Ultimate, if not, you should. I'll plug it at the end of this video. But anyways, my one biggest thing about the G Pro Wireless, I wish it was just a pinch wider, an absolute smidge. So I'm kind of curious if these side grips, I mean, they're slightly thick, and I'm curious if they will give it that little bit of extra girth that I want right there. We're also going to be installing some new feet right here. We have some Hyper Slides, not Hyper Glides, the definitely bootleg name right here, Hyper Slides. They have some great reviews on Amazon. I believe 12 bucks for a pack of 2, and people have stated on the reviews, I read tons of the reviews right there, people said this is the best they've used. So I figured, heck, let's go on and try the bootleg ones. Now, just to be clear, none of this is needed for the G Pro Wireless by any means. I mean, it feels fine, it grips fine. Personal preference, again, I wish it was a smidge wider, but the stock feet are perfectly fine on it. I mean, it is a fantastic mouse. But again, me as a reviewer here, I'm always looking for that next best thing. And if I can make it the next best thing, hey, let's go on and try it. Alright, so really quick, easy install, very easy. One piece of advice if you decide to put the grips on your G Pro Wireless, or heck, any mouse, right, is make sure you follow the bottom line of your mouse right there, because you don't want them sitting a lot lower and then catching onto your mouse pad. So that's one thing I really sat there and focused on. And then again, as far as your buttons right there. So it takes a minute to actually align them perfectly, but if you take your time, it's really, really nice. Again, I decided not to put on mouse 1 and 2 because again, I really like the way they feel right now. And let me tell you what, these sides are very, very grippy. So again, I didn't want my 1 and 2 to be that grippy as well. The other thing, again, just with my basic initial test after installing everything, the mouse slides incredibly smooth. As you can see right here, I mean, it just goes to the end of the mouse pad with barely any pressure. But one thing I do notice, whenever I press down on the mouse here, I don't know how well the mic will pick that up, but it sounds a little bit more scratchy. When I flipped the mouse over and started looking at it here, the mouse feet sit a little bit into those grooves that the G Pro Wireless has right here. So I don't know if that's just because I got the bootleg version here or if any aftermarket will be like that. So I'm not too happy about that. I kind of wish it was a little bit smoother. I honestly don't like that, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these feet on, but I'm definitely going to go off and play with it a little bit, game quite a bit, and I'll be right back with you guys and let you know my final thoughts. Alright, so finally back with the test results about a week later now, so I'm not too sure what I said before, so if I repeat anything, I apologize. But let me go on and try to refresh this here. So number one, where I want to start is the side grips. And yes, as you can see, they're back on the packaging right here, because I had to take them off. I'm talking within my first 3 to 4 rounds right there. It's just like, wow, it almost ruined the G Pro Wireless for me. Now, the grips are fantastic. They're very, very grippy, a little pinch soft, not like super mushy by any means, but they're a little bit soft right there, super grippy. They fit fantastic. I mean, they were really a nice product, you know what I mean? But as far as me using the G Pro Wireless with these on there, what it did is it came up a little bit close to the buttons right here, and I'm really upset that I, couldn't get any close-ups with them on there. But again, I didn't like them so much. It was like instantly those first 4 rounds, I had to take them off. It was that bad for me. But anyways, the best example I can give about with them on there is the side buttons felt exactly like the Razer Viper side buttons right there. And if any of you have seen my reviews on that, you know I cannot stand those side buttons. They feel very recessed in there, and that's exactly what those did. Again, they came up right there, and your side buttons were almost kind of felt like in there because you had to reach up and go up in to press them right there. Now, it wasn't horrible or like end of the world, but for me, I really like my side buttons to be deciphered. On the G Pro Wireless, it fits my hand perfectly. Bam, right there. I'm almost resting right on the side buttons. And again, it's perfect. When I put those on there, yes, they were comfortable, they were grippy, but again, it really ruined my gameplay and I had to take them off instantly. Next up is the bootleg hyper slides, not hyper glides, but the hyper slides. And again, as y'all remember when we first put them on right there, did that test, it slid fantastic right there. But when I pressed down on it, it almost got a little scratchy. And again, when I got down under there, you felt like the pads were kind of really recessed into those little grooves on the bottom of the mouse right there. And I think that's what created that scratchiness. So again, I took those off. I was not happy with them. All right, so our hyper slides and our grips were a bust for me at least. But I did come across one great thing right here, and that is the core pads. I went ahead and ordered a set of these to test out right here, and let me tell you what, fantastic. They slide just as great. I can put pressure on it. It's not as scratchy. The feet stick out quite a bit on the bottom here. Not a drastic amount. Doesn't, throw off your lift off distance or anything like that. Really, really nice. They're very stiff and firm. Whenever I was putting them on, like these guys over here, I can kind of bend them like a piece of plastic or cardboard, you know what I mean? These guys were very thick and very durable right here. Really, really love these. I actually went ahead and picked up a few more core pads for some of my other mice. That's how much I like them. And I think for any of my primary mice, I will always use these core pads. Again, they are that good on the G Pro Wireless. So now talking about the core pads on the G Pro Wireless, again, they're very thick, feel very, very durable, very solid product. You actually get 2 sets per mouse that you order them with right there. I believe they're right around like 12 bucks or something, so really not a bad deal. But anyways, as far as use them, me playing a lot of Call of Duty, as y'all know, it's very just, I don't want to say slick, like it's just like, oh, your aim's all off out of the place, you know what I mean? But it's just smooth and very, very precise. Again, I'm not saying the stock feet were bad on this. They weren't bad by any means. They definitely work and they're plenty fine. But again, you just get that little bit extra kind of boost right here. Very nice and smooth. And again, a little bit more precise. So you just get that quick flicking right there. Really, really nice. And again, you feel the difference right off the bat when you put these guys on. So all in all, I gotta say pass on the grips and pass on the bootleg hyper slides. And I say definitely go with a set of core pads right here for any mouse you're using. Again, I've put them on other mice that I use and I absolutely love them on there as well. So yes, I highly recommend this product here. So I hope I was able to answer some of your questions as far as possible upgrades for the G Pro Wireless right here. Please let me know down in the comments what skates or what upgrades you use on a G Pro Wireless, because again, I'm just really curious. Do you use something different than these? I'm really curious about your results as well. But hey, I hope I was able to help you out here and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for some future tech videos. Hey, I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.